Y'all, the rumors are starting with T.I. The rumors are starting with T.I. It's coming out that King is not his son. Look at them, y'all. It looked like Benny spit this boy out. Tiny, you got some explaining to do.
Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
A day in my life.
Welcome back. King Harris has been blowing up headlines in a way nobody expected, and every new twist makes the story wilder. The latest whispers? Some people are saying T.I. might not even be King's real father. An explosive rumor that hit right after father and son nearly came to blows in public at an Atlanta Falcons game. Imagine that. One of hip-hop's most famous families ripping apart in front of the world with fights, live streams, and jaw-dropping revelations. It all kicked off when King, already infamous for his hot temper, got caught on Instagram Live beefing with a man in the stands. Instead of cooling down, he went louder, shouting, "I stand on business," like he had something to prove to everybody watching. But T.I. wasn't about to let that slide. He stepped in, telling his son he was embarrassing the family by trying too hard to act street. Things got so heated that T.I. grabbed King in a headlock right there in front of everyone, a bold movement to show who really runs the house.
Yeah, man, it's a lot about that TV show, man, that got people confused. Because I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like the weekend. They'll say, "Hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house." They'll come get me from my grandma.
Hours later, King wasn't backing down. He fired shots on Instagram, blasting his dad with lines like, "I don't care who you are. I'm a grown man." Now, if I was a mistake, say that. That raw clapback had fans torn. Was this just a spoiled celebrity kid throwing a tantrum, or was something darker bubbling under the surface? And this wasn't even King's first time catching heat. People still remember when he disrespected Waffle House employees, talking down like he was untouchable just because of his last name. Shockingly, instead of checking him, T.I. defended his son's behavior, which only made the image of King being entitled grow louder. Then came the outrageous homeless man controversy. King offered $50 if the man could eat a banned chip and go 5 minutes without water. The man was clearly suffering, but King just laughed it off like it was a game, turning someone's pain into his own twisted entertainment. Fans lit him up online, dragging him nonstop, but King still refused to apologize. He stood firm on his actions like he was way too important to ever admit fault. And now, after that chaotic Falcons game meltdown, King has been going even further, accusing T.I. of abandoning him in the hood and even mistreating him. Most fans brushed it off as pure clout chasing, since King grew up with a millionaire father behind gates and cameras. But here's the twist. Receipts started dropping.
Say what hurt me would be like, I'm honestly like my mom being like with Tip all the time.
Damn.
Like
Timestamp that.
not
got
times
you.
that. I feel
I
like
got you.
even now and today, like that's how it is. Like there's just ties and shit. But now I'm grown, so it's like I can't really. But it's like they rather go places with each other. So anytime he gotta go, she gotta go. She gotta go, he go. It's just like.
Turns out King actually spent most of his childhood living with his grandmother in the hood. Even though his parents had money, the truth stunned everybody. King was different from the other kids around him, spoiled with designer clothes and gadgets, but never fully raised under T.I.'s roof. King even admitted it himself. He only really saw his dad when it was time to film Family Hustle. As soon as the cameras shut down, he went straight back to Grandma's house. And he wasn't alone. Reports say none of T.I.'s kids lived with him full time. They just showed up when it was time to film. Even Zani, Tiny's daughter, revealed she mostly stayed with her grandmother while T.I. and Tiny were busy traveling the world, living their best life together. With all that surfacing, fans began calling out T.I. for neglecting his kids off camera while pretending to be Mr. Family Man on TV. And then came the bomb that shook everything. Rumors that King had told close friends, I wasn't even his biological father. Allegedly, that's why King snaps whenever T.I. tries to show love in public. It feels fake because behind the scenes, their bond isn't real. To make it even crazier, photos of a man named B. Anthony went viral, and fans couldn't ignore the uncanny resemblance between him and King. The internet went into a frenzy, speculating about whether Tiny had ties to B. Anthony and if this man could be the real father behind King Harris's entire identity crisis. Suddenly, this wasn't just a story about a rebellious son wilding out. It turned into a saga of family secrets, hidden truths, and a young man growing up feeling like an outsider in his own house, even though he was born into fame and fortune. That's the real tragedy here. King might have been surrounded by money, but his childhood was split between the hood at his grandma's and the spotlight of his parents' Time's fame, leaving scars he's still carrying today. The deeper you dig into King Harris's life, the more it feels like a messy reality show, but with no cameras turning off when things get too raw. After that explosive Falcons game clash, the narrative shifted. No longer was he just the spoiled celebrity kid. It became about broken family ties and buried truths, and people couldn't stop dissecting every detail. King's claimed that he was left in the hood while his father lived a life of luxury divided fans. Some insisted he was exaggerating, trying to sell himself as a street-raised underdog for his rap career. But others pointed to footage and family testimony showing that he really did spend most of his childhood with his grandmother, while his connection to T.I. seemed more like a TV storyline than an everyday father-son bond. That tension was already heavy, but once whispers dropped that T.I. might not even be his real dad, the whole situation blew into a full-on scandal. Suddenly, King's explosive outburst, like when he shouted, "Stop making the world think you with me when you don't," hit different when people believed there was truth behind the pain, and the internet detectives went crazy. Digging up side-by-side photos of B. Anthony and King Harris, the resemblance, uncanny. Fans posted comparisons with captions like, "Y'all telling me this ain't King's real daddy?" And the comment sections exploded. But here's the wildest part. Tiny, King's own mom, has stayed completely silent about the speculation. No denial, no statement, nothing. And that silence didn't kill the rumors, it made them grow louder, leaving the internet to spin the story into a wildfire of suspicion. Meanwhile, King keeps sabotaging himself with the way he acts in public. From talking down to Waffle House workers to staging that cruel chip challenge with a homeless man, his behavior screams reckless clout chasing instead of a young artist trying to build his voice. Critics argue he's just riding shock value like it's a trend, hoping it'll fast-track his rap career. But others see something deeper. The pain talking. Pain from growing up without steady guidance from a father figure and always trying to prove he's tough enough to survive alone. You can feel that tension every time he yells, "I stand on business," like it's not just words, but armor he's hiding behind. It's as if King is begging for respect, not only from strangers, but from his own father. The Falcons game put that raw truth on full display. King shouting, T.I. checking him, and that headlock that instantly turned into meme fuel for the week. To the public, it looked like tough love gone wrong, but for King, it felt like public humiliation. That's why his Instagram rant afterward cut so deep. He basically told the world he feels like a mistake, a child acknowledged only when the cameras roll, not out of real love. And he's not the only one with scars. Zonique once admitted she stayed with her grandmother because her mom and T.I. were always too busy traveling. That paints a brutal picture. A family building empires while the kids had to figure out life without consistent guidance. Fans who grew up watching Family Hustle are now realizing the perfect family they saw on VH1 might have been nothing but smoke and mirrors. And that betrayal stings because people bought into that image for years. What makes it even messier is T.I.'s handling of King. Sometimes he defends him, like when he brushed off the Waffle House disrespect as no big deal. Other times, he checks him harshly in public, like the Falcons game disaster. That inconsistency only widens the rift. And when you add in the bombshell paternity rumors, suddenly every hug, every public show of affection from T.I. looks staged, and fans can't help but wonder if it's all just for the cameras. Critics call it fake, but when King lashes out, fans swear he's spilling the truth. It's become a toxic cycle of mistrust, playing out live on social media for millions to see, and the rap world is definitely watching. Instead of his music speaking for itself, King's rap career is drowning under the weight of family drama. People aren't debating his bars, they're debating if he's really from the streets, if he's just an entitled kid, and if his own father is even who we think it is. The doubt is so thick it's shaping his entire image before his music even gets a chance. Some say this is the curse of being born into hip-hop royalty. No matter what you do, the public already wrote your storyline. But in King's case, that script is being written with whispers of betrayal, neglect, and questions about who he even is. That's crushing baggage for a young artist trying to carve out his lane. So the big question, where does King Harris go from here? This isn't just family drama anymore, it's a blueprint for what happens when fame, fortune, and fractured bonds collide. On paper, King's life looked flawless. His father a legendary rapper, his mother a successful singer, the Harris name stamped all over hip-hop culture. But reality tells another story. Growing up split between two worlds, the hood with his grandmother and the flashy spotlight of T.I. and Tiny's fame left him stuck in an identity crisis that refuses to stay hidden. One day he's flexing as a rapper's son, the next he's swearing he's built from the struggle. That contradiction confuses fans but also explains his constant rage. It's him trying to create a story that feels real, even if it doesn't match the life people think he lived. And maybe that's why King is so drawn to chaos. It keeps the attention on him while he figures out out who he really is. But looming over it all is the elephant nobody can ignore. The rumor that T.I. might not be his biological father. True or not, the damage is already done. Every hug, every argument, every meltdown is now seen through the lens of suspicion. If King truly believes T.I. isn't his dad, then his wild behavior stops looking like immaturity and starts looking like resentment that's been building for years. Think about it. Imagine the world constantly calling T.I. your father while behind the scenes you feel abandoned and overlooked. That's enough to build the kind of rage King keeps showing us. And when fans started pointing out the resemblance between King and B. Anthony, it only poured gasoline on the fire. Suddenly people felt like they had proof. And in today's internet age, once folks believe something, it spreads like wildfire. For King, this means every single move is magnified. He's not just a young rapper chasing a breakout moment, he's a son trapped in a messy family mystery. That's a heavy burden for anyone, especially for someone still fighting to earn respect in the rap game. But here's the flip side. Scandal can be deadly, but it can also be fuel. Plenty of artists have turned controversy into their superpower, flipping pain into raw music that fans connect with because they feel the truth in it. If King leans into his story, the missing father figure, the feeling of abandonment, the fight to be respected, he could create a lane nobody else can touch. The industry loves authenticity, and King's mess might actually be his magic if he plays it right. But the danger is real too. If he keeps clowning workers, humiliating homeless people, and acting out just for clout, his image will crash before his music even has a chance. The same chaos that gives him attention could be the same chaos that kills his shot at being taken seriously. Right now, King is standing at a crossroads. He can either fade into history as another celebrity kid remembered for scandals, or he can rise from the wreckage and make the world respect him for his craft. And T.I. has a role in this too. If he truly wants to heal things with King, he's got to step up in private, beyond TV shows and stage discipline. Because those headlocks and public clashes, they don't fix the wounds, they cut them deeper. What King really seems to be craving isn't more headlines or cameras. It's consistency, love, and real guidance when the spotlight is off. Whether T.I. is his biological father or not, the truth is clear. King needs someone to show up as the man he can lean on, not just the figure he feels forced to fight against. Because let's be real, fatherhood is bigger than blood. It's about presence, respect, and trust. Until that happens, the chaos won't stop. The scandals will keep spilling online, the rumors will keep multiplying, and the headlines will never let this family breathe. Fans are hooked because this saga is raw, unpredictable, and layered with secrets. The Harris family might have sold a picture-perfect image on TV, but now the cracks are wide open for the world to see, and King's entire future is dangling on the edge. Will he rise as a respected artist, turning pain into power, or will he crash out as just another cautionary tale of fame and family gone wrong? The choice is his, but every move he makes is under the microscope and the world is watching. One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. King Harris, T.I., and the storm tearing through their family will keep spilling into the public eye, no matter how hard they try to hide it. So what's your take? Is King Harris reckless beyond repair, or is all this just the cry of a son begging to be heard? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay in the loop with all the latest tea. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and I'll catch you in the next video.